we are back here for another preview in the channel. So, the Ravens will travel to MetLife once again to face off against the New York Giants. The Giants are 4-1, Ravens 3-2. We're looking to move to 4-2 and get it done on the road after a Sunday Night Football win against the Bengals. While the Giants, they're coming off an upset win, a very impressive win against the Packers in London last week. So, first off, let's go through. So, if you're new to the channel, subscribe. I do these every week, and normally how it goes, I go through the comparisons, and I talk about what we should do to win the game, and then at the end I have a score prediction, and that's gonna be pretty much it. It's a decent amount. So stay tuned. Let's get right into it. Before getting into comparisons, we're gonna jump into the injury report here for the Ravens. So, Rashad Bateman with a foot injury, still dealing with a foot injury. He suffered in the Bills game. He is going to be out. Ben Cleveland, he suffered a foot injury, I think, in practice. Didn't practice all week either. Out. Justice Hill hurt his hamstring in the Bills game. He's practiced 2 out of the 3 days, but he's been limited. He's going to be doubtful, so I'm guessing he's out. Honestly, I think he's going to be out because a lot of the time when you're doubtful, you're not going to be playing. Or if he's going to be playing, he's going to be just limited snaps. All right, he's just not going to be playing a lot of snaps. He's going to be on pitch count. And then the last guy we have here, Justin Houston, he's going to be out for the game. All right, he had a chance to come back, but he's been just ruled out. The rest of the guys, they had vet days. Ronnie Stanley didn't practice Wednesday. He practiced full for the rest of the week. And that's pretty much it for the injury report. So for the Giants, I'm going to read very quickly here. Kadarius Toney, Kenny Golladay, Cordell Flott, Tony Jefferson, Jason Pinnock are all ruled out. Azeez Ojulari is doubtful. Questionable guys, Wan'Dale Robinson, Tanner Hudson, and Leonard Williams. So the Giants are banged up. The Giants are also pretty banged up. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Here we go. So, comparison on offense. The Ravens are 21st in passing in terms of yards, and the Giants are 31st. Rushing 7th, and for the Giants, they're second in rushing. Saquon Barkley he's been going off this year. He's been showing how good he was after 2 years of being injured. So that's, it's a very easy player to root for in that case. But I'm going to talk about it later. Scoring, we're 4th in points. The Giants are 19th. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for them. So, again, additionally, here's the comparison of the Giants and the Ravens in terms of tiers here, in terms of analytics. So, the Ravens are 6th in total EPA, while the Giants are they're 7th in EPA per play. The Ravens are 7th in EPA per play. The Giants are 12th in EPA per play. But yeah, drawback EPA. The Ravens are 7th. The Giants are mid 16th. Rush EPA. It should have improved for the Ravens, and it has. It has for the Ravens. They're now 5th. The Giants are 7th now. So these are some extra analytics here. But yeah, man. Here we go. Let's get right into the defense real quick. So, again, tricky stats here. The Ravens give up a lot of yards through the air. They're still 32nd in the NFL in pass defense, while the Giants are 8th. And for the Giants run D, we can take advantage of it. As you look at here, they're 26th. Our run game has been improving every week, so we could really improve that. We can really take advantage of that and improve on the run game even more. Run D, we're 12, not bad, pretty decent, sniffing the top 10. Points, we're middle of the pack in terms of giving up points. The Giants are top 10, so they're going to be a little bit better. So, again, the Giants are led by Wink, former Ravens defensive coordinator. The defense has been playing much better in the second half of games, where they've been able to have comebacks. For example, week 1 against the Titans, they've been able to get a comeback and win by 1. Last week against the Packers, they were down by 2 scores, and they were able to come back, and they haven't even let up a point in the second half. They only let up an intentional safety, but then they just came back, and their defense went shut down on Aaron Rodgers here. Again, it's a little bit of the Packers' fault. It's a little bit of the Packers' fault because if you watch the game, they decided to just abandon what worked in the first half. But the Giants, credit to them defensively. Again here, some analytics before we get into the keys to beating the Giants. In terms of defensively, EPA per play, the Ravens are now 23rd. So we're seeing the improvement again. We were right at the bottom, right at the bottom 3 before that. But now we're 23rd. The Giants are 18th in EPA per play given up. So the Giants a little bit better by 5 positions. Again, drop back EPA against the run game. Hold up. Yeah, 22nd against the run game. But, yeah, man. Our defense is getting better every week. We shut down Jamar Chase and T. Higgins last week. And Tyler Boyd. And that amazing Bengals offense that they're absolutely raving about. So, keys to beating the Giants here. First off on offense, the run game. The run game is going to need to continue improving in order for us to have more success on offense. The Giants' run game is where it's really lacking on their defense. So use that weakness. Give Dobbins more carries. J.K. Dobbins has been complaining. He has not been happy. The last time he's had more than 15 carries a game wasn't back in college, and that was 3 years ago. So we need to actually 4 years ago. So give him the carries. He's been playing better every week. Hey, he's a hungry guy. He's a hungry man, bro. He's waiting for revenge. All right, he got injured last week, season-ending injury, and now people were doubting because of that injury how it's gonna be. Dobbins, you gotta feed him. You gotta feed J.K. Dobbins more. Justice Hill is out. Kenyon Drake, he's been okay. He's been finding holes now. He's been, it's getting better. The run game, every running back's getting better. Mike Davis, I know they just won't use him because reasons. He fumbled like twice already in the first few weeks. So yeah, doghouse moment. Harbaugh doghouse moment. So he's gonna. I'm not expecting him. I'm expecting him to be out of the team when Gus comes back. I expect him to be cut out of anybody because we're gonna have 5 running backs. And I think that's a little bit too much. So, yeah, man. And also, on top of that, the blitz. Wink is gonna blitz here. Again, former defensive coordinator. Lamar knows. Lamar knows that very, very well. Wink spent 10 years. Spent 10 years with the Ravens. Lamar was there for 4 years, and they've been practicing against each other, and they know their tendencies very, very, very well. And you know what you're getting with Wink. He's going to blitz the hell out of you. Look up the word blitz in Google. You're gonna find out it's pretty much Wink. He's the definition of blitz. We live and die by the blitz, according to Wink. So, you know, he's going to give you a ton of different looks to try and confuse you and play a ton of man-to-man. But, hey, the good thing here, Lamar has been shredding the blitz. This season. And, again, teams have been playing a lot of zone. They've been playing a lot of zone coverage against Lamar because of his running ability. So we're gonna have to see. I do not expect Wink to change his tendencies. He never has. He's going to give different looks. He's going to do this and that, but he's still going to play man to man. And again, Lamar and Duvernay. That Lamar and Duvernay connection, we absolutely need to watch out for that. Because this connection, Duvernay against the blitz has been very, very good. He's been shredding. Every single time he's been getting himself open. He's been making plays against the blitz. Same for Lamar. Lamar has been the best quarterback against the blitz this season. So I expect that to continue. Lamar is growing. And how's Wink, you know, he's been, again, against QBs who are good against the blitz, doesn't have a very good track record at all. He doesn't. He's beat Mahomes last year, but overall, he doesn't have a good track record, especially when playing them the first few times. Especially when playing him the first 1-2 times. He just struggles. But yeah, man, defensively, that's where we're going to go here. Before we get into the score prediction, defensively, Saquon Barkley, he's their offense. He's their offense on 110%. All right? No question about it. If you shut down Saquon Barkley, then you should be good. Because why? You shut down Saquon Barkley, you're going to be able to have to force Daniel Jones to pass the ball. Because running the ball is not going to work. All right? It's not going to work. So if you forcing Daniel Jones to either run or pass the ball, it's going to go bad for the Giants. Because they do not rely on Daniel Jones to win these games. Saquon Barkley is the one who wins them these games. Daniel Jones, you have Brian Daboll, who's just scheming things to make things easier for Daniel Jones. And then you just give it to Saquon. But if you shut down Saquon, you really have a chance to just absolutely shut down their offense. Because Daniel Jones, he does not make good decisions. He does not make good decisions at all. All right? He's not a good quarterback. He's still not a good quarterback. He's been playing better these past few years, but he's still not good. So you just have to shut down Saquon, and then after that, you have to rely on Daniel Jones, and especially on the outside run game. We've seen Saquon take off a lot in the outside, and the Ravens, the part of the run defense that's really struggling is the outside. Inside, we're doing pretty well, but what I've been seeing from watching games, we're not really good at setting the edge, and then that again, it leads to these big plays. It leads to these yardage, and again, the short pass game also. These screens have been a little bit short. We've been struggling with that, so that's what we should be working on here. If anything, force him on the inside. Because that's where we're effective. All right, because you have Calais Campbell. Again, he's 37, and he's still absolutely bull rushing centers, bull rushing guards. So again, if we're able to set the edge, all Saquon's going to need to run into big man Calais Campbell, and you know how it ends up most of the time, even at 37 years old. So yeah, that's what we need to work on. One last thing that involves both in like the general game plan. We should be able to score like early. You just get on the big lead early. All right, because again, it's part of having to put the game in Daniel Jones' hands. All right, it's part of that, because again, you're gonna only rely on Saquon on the pass game, but you're not gonna be passing the ball a lot of times. That's 100%. You're not going to be passing him the ball a lot of times. So again, you jump on a lead very, very quick. They're not going to be running the ball. They're going to have to pass the ball because they're trailing by a lot. So that's what I'm really coming from right here. So let's just go to the score prediction here. And yeah, man. So I have the Ravens taking it. I'm going to have the Ravens taking it. I have them taking it 30-20. I really don't think we're going to be blowing them out. But I think the Ravens are going to have a good game offensively. A bounce-back game. This is the right game to bounce back here. MetLife. And, yeah. And touchdowns. I think Lamar has 3 passing touchdowns. Duvernay gets 1. I'm going to give a sneaky one. I think it's the right game to have Likely get a touchdown here. Likely is going to get one of the touchdowns, in my opinion, here. Honestly, Kyle Hamilton, watch out for him. He's going to get a bigger role. Watch out for him, especially if he's like blitzing on Daniel Jones. Could force a fumble or two. I have a feeling, just a gut feeling, Kyle Hamilton's going to have a big day for the Ravens here. And hopefully we don't come out with any injuries. That's important because, again, their field is turf. Turf is horrible. Screw turf. We all hate turf. Grass is better. There's a lot of injuries. Surrounding just having turf. So, hey, man. Hopefully we come out with no injuries. And get into Week 7 against another AFC North showdown, the Browns. They're not with Deshaun Watson, but yeah. Hopefully you don't come out with any injuries that game. MetLife has already had 2 season-ending injuries. Kyle Fuller in Week 1 and Sterling Shepard. Giants player. He was literally just walking. I mean, he was running his route, slowed down, and then he just tore his ACL. Nobody was near as well. Nobody was near. So, yeah. Hopefully we go. We win. But we don't win at a cost where we have to lose an important player long term. Like we did last week with Marcus Williams. But I trust in our guys. We get the job done in New York. And yeah. Just ride to New York. Shoot New Jersey up. Yeah. Chief Keith line right here. But yeah, man, hope you guys enjoy. Subscribe if you're new. Click like button. Comment down below your thoughts down below. How you feeling about this game. And yeah, thanks for watching. See you guys in post game.